informal, and I'd like to share as much as I can with you in an hour and 15 minutes without overload of information. And I'm really excited to be here. So when I'm excited, I get to start to talk really fast. And if that happens, just put your hand up. Give me a little wave, like slow down, or repeat something if you're not clear about it. Okay. I came to yoga because I was in chronic back and neck pain, major anxiety, and major depression. And it has helped me in many, many ways beyond what I even imagined and beyond those areas. So a few years ago, I decided to start studying yoga for scoliosis with Elise Browning-Miller, who's a senior Iyengar teacher. And I've taken several workshops with her now, and we'll be bringing her back to Vancouver this fall. So if you want to go further, take 10-hour workshops, 20-hour workshops with the master teacher, come and talk to me after, or sign up my newsletter, and I'll give you all the info, because it's so worth it. And I'm going to do my best not to talk very much and have this be more experiential. Do we have any questions so far? No. Okay. So, does everyone have a strap, a cloth? Yes. Okay. So I'm going to show you a couple things before we lie down. I'm just going to demonstrate so you can see.
Is this a problem?
Sorry, I'm jumping ahead of myself. Let's all come together, bring the hands together. Can we close the door, please? And let everything else from today dissolve. Everything that's happened up until now, let go. Everything that's going to happen in the future, let it be. Bring your awareness, your breath, right here, right now. Creating an intention for your practice. I invite you to frame it in the positive. Celebrating, honoring, respecting yourself, your body. Staying present with the breath. Whatever your heart, your inner teacher is guiding you to focus on, let that be your intention for the class. Let's take a breath in all together. Breath out. And a breath for Om. Inhale all together. Noticing the vibration in your throat. Notice whatever else there is to notice that shifted from that simple intention and Om. And slowly lowering your palms down, stretching your legs out. I'm going to invite you to, if you have lower back issues, have your knees bent. And when you come down, bring your thumbs to the bottom of your lower rib cage. Gently slide down to give your lower back some space as you roll down. Then you take your cloth, fold it up, place it under your concave area, and take your time, let it be comfortable. If it's not comfortable, adjust. This is to support the areas that are away from the floor more than the other side. So for me, I have a left lumbar curve, so I'm putting my cloth under the right lumbar to support that extra gap. Invite those areas to release. If it's not comfortable, you can adjust. If you're not sure, just put your hand up, let me know. So throughout this class, you have total permission to do nothing except breathing. That's mandatory. Breathing in, I make sure I do yoga. Yes. Yeah. Breathing in. So I'll come around and give suggestions and or hands-on adjustments. If you don't want any, just say no thanks. You have total permission to say no, I don't want to be touched. Inviting awareness into your breath as it is right now. So some of you have chosen not to use the cloths. That's great. You don't need to. If you want extra support under your neck, maybe you can use that. The point is to get as comfortable and supported as you possibly can be. Noticing your breath as it is. Maybe use your hands if you find it helpful on your chest and on your belly. Where does your breath travel? Simply as it is here, without trying to manipulate it or change it in any way. When you take a deep breath in, now we are manipulating it. Is there one part that fills up first? Like one side, upper side, lower side, right side, left side, back side. Is there one side that fills up before the other? And sides that fill up second or third? This is your work. This is your inner teacher. Let the breath guide you. So as you breathe throughout the class, I'm going to invite you to invite your breath to engage into those areas where it doesn't normally travel. This is how we gently and safely open up, create space inside the body. Bringing one hand on your lower belly, or both hands on the lower belly. Inhale through the nose. Fill up the lower belly and exhale through the nose. Moving to full yogic breath. Inhale, fill up the belly. Exhale, release. One more time to the lower belly. Puff it up like a Buddha belly, that's it. And exhale. Then bringing the hands up to the rib cage. Either side, we're going to breathe like an accordion. Breathing in. Expand the ribs like an accordion, that's it. Breathing out. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Nice work. One more time. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Now hands on the upper chest, below the collarbones. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And again, notice how does it feel breathing up here. One more up here. And let's bring one hand back to the lower belly, one hand to the upper chest. Join all three parts. Inhale through the nose, fill up the breath like drinking a cup of water, and exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. So here's your challenge. Maintain this full breath and engage the pelvic floor. 10 quick contractions. Contract, release, contract, release, contract, release. And relax that. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. 10 more quick contractions. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's just the pelvic floor, not the belly. It's just as if you're about to urinate and then you stop your stream of urine. So the very bottom, like a trampoline of your torso, soft tissue. So this is toning. It's going to help your bladder health, your sex life, and support your spine. And relax that. Maintain the full breath. So, one leg at a time, bending the knees, placing the feet flat on the floor. Transverse abdominis locator. So transverse across is a muscle around the whole body like a corset, the lower torso. So bring one leg up, parallel to the floor, then the other leg up, knees bent as if you're sitting in a chair. Place your hands on your legs, press them away, And with your leg strength, bring it in towards your chest. This is to engage the transverse abdominis. It's all the way around the lower torso, like a corset. Is anybody lost? If you don't feel it, let me know. Take your full yogic breaths here. And exhale here. Okay, so straightening the right leg. Relax your arms. Keep the left knee bent. So here's some abdominal work. That's from Feldenkrais through Pilates. Inhale, release the right leg down towards the floor. Exhale, bring it back up using the belly strength. So keep the left leg bent, left knee up, foot off the floor. Inhale, right leg comes down towards the floor. Exhale, bring it back up using strength. Now I want you to pay attention to your lower back so it does not arch more than its natural curve as you keep going here. If you're not sure, you can place your hands on your hips. Let me know, this should not strain your lower back at all. I want you to just tune in rather to tone into the abdominal area. Okay, last time. Both legs straight. Up towards the ceiling as if you can stand on the ceiling. This gives a little relief. Turn in circles with your ankles. 3 times one direction. 3 times the other direction. Point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. Okay, changing sides. So bending the right knee, left leg straight. Inhale, lower the left leg towards the floor. Exhale, bring it back up. Inhale, lower the left leg. Exhale, bring it back up. So if you feel that it's too much effort to bring it all the way down, just bring it halfway down. Modify. You have permission. Yes, we're serious and we're working hard, and also have fun. So one more time, and then exhale, hug your knees into your chest. And give yourself a little massage. So everyone's different. But what I'd like to do is a little bit side to side. And then some small circles around the circumference of the sacrum. So the sacrum is that inverted triangle at the bottom of the spine. It has an identity crisis. Is it part of the spine or part of the pelvis? It's attached to both by tissue. So we do small circles around the circumference of the sacrum in both directions to give it a massage. If you ever have your sacrum go out of alignment, it can be quite painful, and this is a great way to bring it back in. After you finish that circle, come to center, relax your hands, relax your feet to the floor, bringing your hands on the front of your hip creases. Do slow, gentle pelvic tilts, so your pelvis goes away and then towards, away, and then towards, till you find your neutral pelvis. So that's where your hip bones are in line with your pubic bone, and you have a natural curve in your lower back. Resting there, take a breath in, and a breath out. Now we're going to shift our attention up to the head. Take small circles with the nose. Maybe the circumference of an orange in one direction, and then as you're ready, in the other direction. And when you finish that circle, gently rest, go side to side with the head. You're simply exploring what's the range of motion in your neck today, in this moment. One more time each side. Come back to center, and inhale, lift the chin, looking up, exhale, draw the chin in, down. So slightly up, slightly down, and I do mean slightly. side. If you want, you can turn your palms down for support. Flex your feet. Inhale, bring the legs a little bit to one side. Exhale, back to center. Inhale a little bit to the other side. Exhale, back to center. So you can go as much or as little as you like here, because these are engaging the obliques, the abdominal muscles on the sides of our torso. And I want you to, if you can, also use the pelvic floor. And keep your transverse abdominis engaged. Keep your knees and ankles together if you can, so you have more control. That's it. So we want it to feel like a nice massage. Getting all of our abdominal work in at the beginning of the class. And we'll do a little bit as we go on. So when you're ready, you're going to exhale, lower your legs to the floor. Check your pelvis again. So with your hands on your hip bones, check if it's aligned with your pubic bone, or maybe do a few tilts. Find your neutral pelvis again. So your lower back is away from the floor, but you don't feel compression in the lower back because you have lots of space and you're in your neutral position. Now figure 4, thread the needle. I'm going to do the same as you. So first hug the right knee into the chest. Have a few breaths here. You might let it come away a little bit as you inhale through the nose. Exhale, bend it in. So this is really important for healthy elimination and a beautiful stretch in the lower back. So inhale, let it come away. Apanasana, downward flowing energy. Exhale in. So just the right knee. Left foot is on the floor. Then you're going to take that right ankle, place it on the outside of the left knee. If you're not sure, have a look at me, figure 4. Yes, then you lift both legs off the ground. Make sure you still have your neutral pelvis. Now if you have a really long torso or short arms or tight shoulders, you're going to use your strap around the left thigh. If you got long arms, short torso, open hips, you're going to bring your right hand in between the thighs, left hand around, and gently draw that thigh in towards your chest. Well, I'm going to just move around because sometimes people get confused here. Oh, you guys got it. Excellent. Now the way to get the most out of this posture and to protect yourself is to activate the top foot, not super flex, but active as if it's pressing into a block. You got it. And then you feel how it triggers in your hip a little bit more. Activates your hip a little bit more, so be flat. Yes. And now with that action, put your foot here, roll your right leg away from your hip. So keep that neutral pelvis. Yeah. So if you're at home, you do this, put your bottom foot on the wall, and that's a good gauge to help you realize if you're turning your pelvis or not. Yeah.
Turning my pelvis.
Yeah. So this is the work here, keeping your pelvis neutral. Does everyone feel a nice opening in their buttocks? Nice stretch? So most of you have done this before. Now we're going to add a piece to get into the piriformis, which is attached to the sacrum, that can often get tight in scoliosis. So it's very similar. What you do is bring that top leg over to the side a little bit, over your left side more, yeah, and a little bit closer to your body. Take your left hand to the sole of your foot if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. And then your right hand to the very top of your knee. So the right hand is going to press your femur bone into your hip socket, your thigh bone into your hip socket, down. Left hand is pressing the foot towards the knee. Left foot towards the knee, right knee towards the hip socket. And then bring that left leg closer to you. Anybody lost? That's it. So bring it a little bit out to the side. Yeah, there we go. Yes. So with this hand, activate this foot. Press this foot towards this knee. With this knee, press the thigh bone back in. Okay. Keep the pelvis. Yeah, keep the pelvis neutral. This is the tricky part. Does everyone feel that? Yes, people are confused. Now you feel it in your butt? Yeah, in a different place in your butt than the first one is what I'm after. Yes?
With this hand, this way?
Pressing the thigh bone in. So this hand is flat. So this is pushing this one towards here. Okay. And then this angle, top, gentle, press the thigh bone in. Yeah, down. Thigh bone into the socket, because that's going to help release that piriformis because it holds that hip bone. Yes. Everyone, you okay? Then exhale, release that. Breathe. Breathe into your gluteus if you can. Okay, inhale, exhale, bend the left knee into the chest. Apanasana. Apana, downward flowing energy. So this is for the descending colon now. So you're going to inhale, let it come away from you. Exhale, draw the knee in. Inhale, maybe give yourself a little space. Exhale, draw it in. Feel the lovely stretch in your back and notice if it's different than the first one. And then rolling that leg open from the hip, place the outer ankle on your right knee. Inhale, exhale, bring both legs towards your chest. Left hand through the middle, right hand on the outside. I'm gonna make a suggestion. So you want your shoulder blades to be on the ground. If they're not on the ground, bring them on the ground and then use your strap. Reach for your thigh with the strap. If you're confused, just put your hand up, wave me over. That's why I'm here. So from here, finding your neutral pelvis again, roll that left leg away from the hip without moving the hip, just the leg. Yes, that's the tricky part. Breathe in here. Notice if it's different on this side. Most of us have one glute that does something very different than the other glute. And that's not just scoliosis, that's everybody. Now exhale, release that one. We'll move to step 2. Bring that foot a little bit further out to your right side, a little bit lower towards your body. Bring your right hand to the sole of your right foot. And with that right hand, you're pressing the lower leg towards the knee. Now with the left hand right on top of the knee, press your thigh bone towards your hip socket. So that's going to help release that piriformis. Yeah. So now hopefully you feel a different stretch, yes? If not, let me know. I'm going to let go now. Yes, exactly. So if you're at home, you do this against the wall, right? Okay. Now, Marianne, watch your ankle. Yes. Want it in a natural position. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Everyone's enjoying opening their glutes, yes? One more inhale and exhale, release. Lower down. You'll thank me for this later. You go dancing. Okay. Round the clock. So everyone, you're going to bring all the props to the very foot of your mat so that they're not in your way because we're going to be using lots of space around your mat. So everything to the bottom foot of your mat unless you have a person there. So for you, we'll be cozy, we have lots of room. So then I'll show you what we're going to do while you're sitting up so you get the idea. It's called round the clock, so a nice gentle opening. And you're going to start on your right side, like me with the knees bent, arms out at shoulder height. Now watch my head and neck. So I'm going to inhale with my arm and my head, my eyes, my chest is following my arm down. Okay? My arm is like the hand of a clock. I'm going to go a few times in each direction. And see how I open my chest into a nice, gentle twist? There we go. My legs are just resting. Okay? Round the clock. Right side down, left side up. Knees bent. As you're ready, on your inhale, trace your left fingertips overhead, opening the chest. Follow with your gaze if it's comfortable, just as far as it's comfortable. Yeah. Keep the breath going. Yeah. Yeah, so it is doing side abs. It's Connie, right? Yeah, it is doing side, so be aware. Yeah. So this is a nice gentle twist. People get really confused about twists and scoliosis, so this is what I recommend for opening the shoulders, opening the chest, and you can really pay attention. How does it feel? Where do you notice the sticky bits? The next time your hands come together, pause and go in the other direction. So This way I'm teaching is overhead around like the arms of a clock. So if you went overhead before, you're going to go down with your hand towards your knees first and then back around. Yes. Notice where you want to speed up. That's the place to slow down. Breathe. Okay, next time your hands come together, you're going to rest, stretching your legs out. Now here's where you need to know your curve. If you have, like me, a right thoracic or left lumbar or right thoracolumbar, convex, then you're going to bring your left arm up. If you don't, you're going to keep your left arm down, okay? Because what happens is, see, this is the side for me where my rib cage turns and the ribs are spread open and my shoulder is lifted and it's more open up here. So if I lift this arm up, I'm increasing that openness in that pattern. That's not what I want to do on this side. But I do want to do it on this side because this is the tighter compressed area that doesn't get as much breath. The muscles are squished between the ribs, okay? So, does anyone need help with this?
Just need to hear that again.
Left? No. Okay. So,
You said I was left. So for the
No, no.
opposite?
keep your arm down.
So for the opposite, what do we do?
If you are,
The opposite to what you are, what do we do?
just rest your arm in front of the chest for this side, and you'll do it on the other side. You'll lift the arm on the other side. So this is the confusing part because you want to do things differently on the two sides because you're different on the two sides, yes? So for the psoas, what you're going to do is reach the leg down, point through the toe. So bring the legs down in line with your body, point through the toes. Yeah. So some people will feel a stretch right here. Some people need to bring the foot back and behind and touch the floor. Some people might even need to bend. Lift the chest. So you're stretching your ribs away to get in here to the psoas, yes? And the QL, yes? If you don't feel it, let me know. Point your toe more. Reach, reach, reach. Lift the chest. Yes? No? Psoas? If you feel the psoas, then you're doing it right. If not, bring your foot back more. Point through the toe. Point through the toe. Lift the chest. Tailbone down. Yeah. Okay. Now, slowly come back together and gently roll onto the other side. Around the clock, start with your arms out at 3 o'clock. And as you're ready, inhale, sweep the arm overhead, open the chest, and notice if it feels different on this side. Most of us will easily turn to one side than the other, yeah. So, you can bend your elbow, you can take your time. So, Marion, you want to bend your knees maybe for a little more stability? Yeah. And trace all the way around in the circle. Yeah. So if you want something, you might be better off with a little pillow for your head. If you need a little pillow for your head, you can use it. Slow down, rest at the sticky bits, and then when you're ready, bring both hands together, pause, and change direction. So bring the hand down towards the knees. And inhale, open the chest to the other side. Simply noticing one side's easier than the other. Or where's the sticky bit?
Way easier this side.
Way easier on this side. So if you're practicing these kinds of things at home, the easy side probably doesn't need as much work as the more challenging side, yes? More challenging side is the one you want to spend more time on. With loving kindness. And the next time your hands come together, pause, rest. And now the gentle psoas stretch on this side. So straightening the legs. Point through the toes. With the top leg, reach through the toe, bring that foot behind, touch the ground. Tailbone is long and chest is lifting. So now if this is your closed rib cage side, you can bring the arm up. If not, just rest it in front. Breathing here. So this is your opportunity to breathe in between those ribs that don't often get much Much breath, much space. Nice. One more breath in. And exhale, release. Bending the knees, bring the hand down in front of your chest. Slowly press yourself up with your head last, coming to a seated position. Okay, Surya Churya. So what I want to show, we're going to be on hands and knees. If you have one shoulder that tends to lift up and round like me, anytime you have your hands on the ground, like table or downward dog, or on the wall, the adjustment is to rotate that arm and that hand out a little bit, okay? So this is to drop that shoulder blade down that wants to come up. So for me, it's the right one. So we're gonna come on hands and knees. And turn one out a little bit. So I'm gonna demonstrate dynamic Surya Churya. And I'm gonna do the same thing as you, okay? I'm not gonna mirror. I'm gonna do my left hand, right leg. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring my knee to the elbow. Squeezing my belly. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, exhale. So go at your own pace and go straight to the front and straight to the back. So we're not lifting high. Some of you are nice and flexible and open and you can lift high, but that's not the idea. Because you want to keep long in the body. So this is back strengthening, abdominal toning. This is really good for dyslexia. Supports right and left brain function coordinating. And the next time you extend, hold it out. 5 breaths. If this is really challenging for you, bring your hand down and just extend the leg. Nice. One more breath in and exhale, lower down. Come back to tabletop. Find equal weight both sides, and when you're ready, change sides. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale, elbow to knee. Squeeze the belly. Pelvic floor is a bonus. Inhale, extend. Exhale, squeeze. Yes, nice work. All right, next time you extend, hold. So you're reaching out across in each direction. At the same time, I want you to feel your belly contained and your lower ribs drawing in so that you have support in the core of your body. One more breath in. And exhale, come down, hands and knees. Find a comfortable position. Spreading the fingers wide. So some people with wrist issues, engage your fingers a lot and make sure the weight is in the thumb and index finger and more towards the tips of your fingers rather than your wrists. So cat-cow. As you're ready, you're going to tip the pelvic bowl back, tailbone up. Inhale, heart comes forward. Exhale, tailbone down, arch the spine. Like an angry cat. And then inhale, start with the tailbone. Lift through the chest. Avoid looking far in the future, just to the top of your mat, okay? And then on your exhale, arch. We don't need to overextend the back of the head, or the neck rather. We want to have full spinal extension and flexion here. So we do this to massage all the muscles between the vertebrae and all the tissues. This increases the blood flow, the spinal fluid, so all the nutrition to all the vertebral discs, intervertebral discs. This is great for anyone with disc issues. And as a little bonus, what you can do on your next exhale is go a little bit back. So at the top of your inhale, your chest is open, your front of the body is long. On your exhale, you draw the tailbone down, arch into the cat, and bring your hips back a little bit. And then inhale with the hips start to come forward. Exhale, tailbone down, come back. And you feel the different areas of your back when you change that position, yeah? And one more round here. And then exhale, you're going to take child's pose. And what I'm going to suggest is you keep your knees about hip width apart. A lot of times they teach child's pose with the knees really wide, but that's not really supportive for us that are kind of uneven in the rib cage. So I find it's way better to have the knees together. If you have a blanket front of where you had it on the back. So if you have a left lumbar curve and you had it on the right side on the back, you want to put it on the right side in the front to push that curve back. And there we go. It's not actually pushing that curve back, it's supporting the tissue to turn back towards center, which is what you want. Do this at home with a blanket, so you'll feel it more. Let's see. Resting in child's pose, so you can have your arms in front or by your sides. Anywhere where your shoulders are relaxed, I'm going to invite you to let them be relaxed, and I'm going to ask you to exhale and drop your tailbone down as much as you can. Each exhale, let it sink down into the earth.